In this video, we're going to talk about the body volley. How many of you have ever felt like this? All right, so everyone has probably felt like that at one time in your career of playing tennis. Balls are coming at you and there is a sense of panic of how to handle that ball. So a couple of things, what I normally tell my players is, if you are a right-hander, anything from your right hip and left of your body will always be a backhand. If you're a lefty, anything from your left leg and right will always be a backhand volley. So we don't want to try to handle those body volleys with our forehand. It's a very awkward position for our wrist and hand. Kevin?
So stance, to go along with what Keith is saying, so a proper stance is also very important. And to go along with that stance, you know, we want a good split step. That split step gets us into what I like to say is the proper stance. Again, if your stance is very narrow versus more width to it, that can affect some of your reaction time as well. So we like a good split step that gets us into a wider stance, and then that allows us to make that first quick move to our right or to our left, depending on which we're righty or lefty with our backhand volley, as Keith said.
And then as far as your racket position and going along with what I was talking about with anything from your right leg over, Kevin's going to show you kind of what that looks like. So when he's holding his racket in the ready position, like in the video that we demoed, he's not straight ahead holding his racket straight out in front. He's more of a natural ready position. I mean, to me, you know, we've all been in lessons or been on the court and you know, we've focused on keeping our racket and our hands so far out in front of us, and again, it just feels very unnatural and very much just I'm having to force myself to hold in this position. And it makes it a longer way to go once he's in that position to actually get it to his backhand volley, which he will need for that ball that's coming at his body.
Yeah, so we like a more natural place. Again, you see my hands are still in front of my body, but again, this is just more natural and it's not something that I'm forcing myself to stay into. So again, good split gets us into a good wide stance, slightly wider than shoulder width is what I like. And then here's the racket position that we like, just slightly off center. Again, we're not looking for centered like this, narrow and tall. The taller I stand and the more in this position where I'm centered, again, it's going to make me a lot slower as a player.
And Kevin, with the feet, as far as maybe you could show them real quick while you're standing there in front of the camera, with your feet, when you encounter that body volley, how do your feet move as that ball's coming at you?
So with that wider stance, what that's going to allow me to do is, one, with a more narrow stance, I'm going to feel more weight on each of my feet. You know, you feel almost like a 50-50. And whether I need to go right or left, I'm keeping my weight light. My weight distribution is very even. So the problem we see is when players go to their right, if I put too much weight here on my right foot, I'm falling over. Vice versa, if I'm a lefty and I'm going this way, I'm putting a lot of weight on my left foot and I'm off balance. So what we like to see is the ability to adjust with those steps, again, as the ball's coming at me. Correct. And again, this is something that you develop as you get more comfortable with pace coming at you in general. Again, your technique gets better as well.
Yeah, and one more thing with the feet, and you'll see it in the video when I feed Kevin the next few balls. When that ball's coming at it, if you'll watch his feet, when the ball's coming at him, you're going to see his right leg will slide out as he's hitting his volley. If he was a lefty, you would see his left leg sliding out, and that's to move the ball pretty much out of the center of his body so that he can get to the side of the ball. So what we'll do is we'll do a few balls here where you see Kevin handle the ball that's coming at his body in the proper way. All right, so as you can see, Kevin demoed the proper way to handle that ball at the body, and we both hope you really enjoy the video, and hopefully this helps your game. Kevin, you got any last words for him?
No, just from the video you saw, again, good split step, good stance there to allow myself to go to my left or my right with quick speed, and as you better yourself with this shot, you'll be able to see more options and more abilities to hit the ball in different places in the court with control where you decide to hit.
All right, guys, thanks for watching.